This is Josiah Plays Tyranny. We're talking to Ray Tamon. He just walked up on us. He's the current leader of the Bronze Brotherhood. Bob Bear, how you doing? Good to see you, Bob Bear. Thanks for the host. I really appreciate that. What is going on with you? So anyway, Ray Tamon comes walking up to us. While you were talking to Will, a striking man with a shock of bright blonde hair approaches, moving away from some men searching bodies of slain soldiers to the south. He watches you intently as he closes, his angular features pulling into a look of disdain. And here's the Fatebinder. He doesn't mask the displeasure in his voice. I knew we'd see you. I was just wondering when. What brings you out here where no one asked you to come? Actually, that's not true, actually. Ari asked me to come, and also so did Tunon. So at least two different people asked me to come here, I think. So. Point of order, sir. Point of order. I was asked to come here. Are Kairos' dogs ready to be put down again? I won't surrender the crossing, no matter how many times you try to take it. We were hired to protect this city, and we will continue to do so. No one else will have it. He glances at his men who have stopped to watch the conversation. With a start, they return to searching the bodies. Never mind. He waves a hand dismissively. I don't care why you're here. My name is Ray Tamon. I am the leader of the Bronze Brotherhood. But I'm sure you already know that. I couldn't help but see you over here talking to Will and that traveling merchant. Only here for a moment and already sticking your nose where it doesn't belong, aren't you? I don't appreciate others invading my territory, Fatebinder. Dude, I'm literally just walking down a trail trying to get somewhere. Calm your shit, sir. I told her she had to speak to you, Ray Tamon. She wanted through, but I told her no. If you don't give me the signal, the Fatebinder isn't getting into Lethian's Crossing. No one will invade your territory. Ray Tamon stares at Will for a few moments, lips pursed, then continues as if Will never spoke. You're curious what this game is about, Bob? Well, it's kind of like Pillars of Eternity. It's a lot like Pillars of Eternity, except it's set in sort of a Bronze Age / early Iron Age setting where evil has won and there's an evil overlord who rules almost the entire world, and you actually work for the evil overlord as a character that's kind of like a traveling judge, jury, and executioner, sort of bringer of law and order. And there's all kinds of different factions that are involved that are all kind of conflicting with each other, and you've got to decide who you want to side with. And in the middle of this sort of conquest that's taking place of this region. It's really cool. I like it a whole lot. I like it better than Pillars of Eternity so far. And I'm enjoying it. It's an RPG. And it's fun. That's what the game's about in a nutshell. Game's like, help, why am I in that nutshell? How will I get out of this bloody great nutshell? Alright, that was kind of like a butchery of a quote from Austin Powers. Let's go on. Speaking of which, what did Welby have to say? He looks north where Welby stands, watching you both intently. Has she already started filling your mind with lies about me? She and I are going to have a chat soon. I can't have my first axe countermanding me at every turn. I know she wants my position. Watch yourself while you're a guest in my land. If you have come to stir up more trouble, we are well equipped and will not back down in the defense of what is rightfully ours. He sweeps his arm in front of him, gesturing to the surrounding countryside. Welby and I might not always agree, but that is one point we see eye to eye on. If you step out of line, we will both correct you. This dude's basically telling me to chickadee check myself before I riggedy wreck myself. His eyes narrow and he leans towards you. You are not welcome here. Alright, well I'll just be moving on across that bridge and out of your... Oh shit, we can have all kinds of conversation with this man. Now tell me what you want or leave. Okay. I like it how he's just telling me how much he doesn't want me here and how much he hates me and how I need to kick rocks. And then I can just start asking him all sorts of random questions. Like, tell me about the Bronze Brotherhood. He's like, motherfucker, didn't I just tell you I didn't want... Alright. I could attack. I could just straight up attack, but I'm not going to. I wish it just said... I wish there was A, glare silently, and B, a punch Raytamon. But unfortunately... Why are you charging travelers a toll to get through Ironhall Trail? I don't see how the affairs of the Brotherhood are your business, Fatebinder. Suffice it to say, the funds we receive from our tolls help us keep the lands around Lethian's Crossing safe. We are owed our dues, and we shall have them. Why is Lethian's Crossing so important to the Bronze Brotherhood? We were asked to do a job, and we did it. Then what happens? Kairos attempts to eject us from our home. He makes an emphatic gesture to the north, towards Lethian's Crossing. By all rights, that city is ours, and suddenly Kairos wants it? Well, I intend to keep it. I refuse to leave. We protected the crossing for years, and even ensured Kairos' forces could do business here when Nerat asked us to. No, we did the job we were asked, and this land belongs to us. Tell me about the Bronze Brotherhood. We are a humble group with noble, long-held traditions. This is exactly what Welby said he was going to start going on about. Long-held traditions on the side of right and honor. Raytamon's voice filled with pride. If there is an injustice that needs to be rectified, we are called. Sounds like you're upstanding citizens. Yes, we are, Facebinder. Facebinder? I bind people's faces! I see your face is unbound. And I run over to somebody and just start, like, wrapping fucking wraps around their face. Now your face is bound! I am the Facebinder! No, okay, sometimes I go off on these dumb little tangents. Forgive me. Yes, we are, Fatebinder. Raytamon's face breaks into a giant smile. I'm glad someone finally sees us for what we are. I'm tired of people calling us mercenaries and sellswords. So, we get paid for what we do. We need to live. That's fair enough. I don't mind them getting paid. I ain't mad at them. You said you don't do it for the money, but that's why you're fighting over Lethian's Crossing. I don't appreciate your tone, or the implications of what you're saying, Fatebinder. Raytamon's eyes are hard and his voice is flat. This is a mere matter of principle. We performed a service and we were paid for that service. Don't try to glibly explain away a complex situation. This is our home. This is my home. I will have it, no one else. Now, if all you came here to do is insult me and mine, I would suggest you leave. Tell me about Welby. He shoots a look to the north. I had such high hopes for her as my first axe. The continued success of the Brotherhood should be the single most important goal for anyone who is a member. She seems to have forgotten her place. She's not the head of this band. I am. Not for long, buddy. I think I'm going to have to do some series of events that leads to this man's downfall. If she doesn't stop overreaching, I will have to replace her with someone who knows how to obey. I am gathering an army. Would you consider standing with others against Kairos? Absolutely not. I placed my trust in others before and only received the back of their hand in return. Payment or no, I do not appreciate providing a service and being tossed aside. They are not my brothers. They are not my friends. I don't think I'm going to say number one because it just doesn't seem like a diplomatic thing to say. I need to get to Lethian's Crossing. Raytamon considers your request for a moment. If I let you through, you must promise to behave. I have enough problems dealing with everyone else. I don't need the hassle of keeping an eye on you, too. So watch yourself. This is my city, and I have eyes everywhere. You intend to stir up trouble, go somewhere else. I don't need it here. He turns to Will. Let the Fatebinder through. Do nothing to delay or accost this party, or you'll answer to me. Will gives him a quick salute. Well, that was easy. I didn't even have to pay a toll. He was all, like, hard-ass with this, like, oh, get out of here, you suck, why are you here? And I'm just like, can I go through? And he's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. That was, strangely easy. Lethian's Crossing is now unlocked on the world map. When you get inside, check in with Ring Dropper Saratha. She's the second brother and the one in charge when I'm away. And I will ask her if you spoke with her. Yeah, I'll talk to her. I'll talk to the Ring Dropper. Rings rule everything around me. Rureem, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all. Rings, y'all. I know. That song kind of fell apart. Yeah, I'm not even to favor one yet. I'm not going to say that. That'd be great. After he tells me I can go through, then I just go ahead and attack him anyway. No. We will speak again soon. Certainly hope that isn't the case. You got Raytamon's permission to go, Fatebinder. So go. Alright. Forging an alliance. Raytamon, leader of the Bronze Brotherhood, has agreed to let you through without paying a toll. Raytamon rebuffed any ideas of an alliance with the Bronze Brotherhood. Well, that's not acceptable. We're gonna make it ring instead of make it rain. We're gonna need that alliance, so gonna need to do something with these people. Now, let's quick save. Let's talk to Will again. You got Raytamon's permission to go, Fatebinder, so go.
Will do.
Can I come? Raytamon. Look at all these dead disfavoreds. Too bad I can't loot the bodies. That'd be awesome. They don't seem so tough to me. I thought the disfavored were supposed to be dangerous. Brotherhood is much more organized with Raytamon in control. Still around, Fatebinder? I hoped you'd decide to move on already. Now tell me what you want or leave. What's so important about these bodies? They were undoubtedly scouts sent by Kairos to ascertain our defenses. And where one group is found, many others are sure to follow. We are looking for anything that will tell us how many there are, and where they will strike next. They've tried to take Lethian's Crossing back already and failed. If the forces are too numerous this time, we might not be able to hold it again. Nice. Admit your fucking weakness to me, so that I can then go tell the disfavored. Tactical genius we got here. I want to go back and talk to, Welby again real quick. See if I can say anything new to her now. Welby gives you a small salute. Fatebinder, you have returned. What can I help you with? Nope. Nothing new. Alright, let's bounce. Iron Hall Trail. The Iron Hall Trail. Iron Hall Trail. It's a trail where we haul iron. Iron Hall Trail. What's over here? I found something.
I'd say that's worth a second glance.
I found something.
Can't do that.
Let's try not to stand out, shall we?
Found a little something up here. Was there to the immediate south of the entry to the map? No. It wasn't. It wouldn't let me walk that way. Whoa! Look at all this stuff! Well, hello! Greater healing potions and other healing potions and lesser healing potions and gems and other things and camping supplies. This was a fucking serious fucking loot cache here. Somebody was doing some legit geocaching here. Alright, let's take this, and this, and this, and the rest of the stuff can go into the stash. I can't take those camping supplies because I'm already maximized on camping supplies. Plus 100% health. Those greater healing potions are no joke. They are no joke. All right. A stag and a deer. Can't attack them, though, unlike in Pillars. Alright, moving onward. You must gather your party before venturing forth. Why will it take me 11 minutes and 26 seconds to travel to Ironhall Trail when I'm already at Ironhall Trail? It would take me 23 hours to go back there. It'll take me 19 hours to go there. Alright, let's continue our journey to Lethian's Crossing. So this is what the place looks like. Looks nice. Your virgin ears are burning, Bob Bear? Hey, the good news is they're not virgin anymore, then. Ooh, look at all this stuff on my map. Holy crap. Wow. Look at this place. Look at all the cool thingies on my map. I don't even know what these things mean. That's loot. Loot! Every one of those is loot. That's a lot of loot stuff. Wow. And then we've got ports of interest or whatever. The various markets. Oh, this looks neat. Merchants. I wonder which part of town I should go to first. Well, I guess the one that's straight in front of me. Characters do have some nasty insults in this game. Yeah, some of them definitely do.
Stepping lightly.
Can't do that. Sorry,
I don't really need to be
can't
sneaking.
do that. Sorry, I can't.
I kind of... Oh, quest updated. I've traveled there. Zedenia can be found in the Forge-bound Foundry, known simply as the Forge. It's located east of the river on the first tier of the Moonrise district, just above the ground floor. We've got a merchant and a merchant's assistant up ahead. Gonna do a hard save here. We certainly can't stay here. That the whole conversation? As you approach the entrance to Lethian's Crossing, you see two figures talking intently with each other. The woman points north as she talks. I don't know if we can afford to stay here. The region is just too unstable, and our business is suffering because of it. And if I have to pay one more toll or hand over more guard money, I won't have two rings to rub together. But where will we go? There isn't a single place in the tiers that's safe. The woman stops speaking when she sees you. Fatebinder, you grace us with your presence. She bows, then smacks her assistant on the back of the head. After a moment, the young man bows too. Who are you? Me? Oh, Fatebinder, I'm simply a humble merchant and certainly of no consequence. My assistant and I were just trying to determine where we should go next. Conducting business in Lethian's Crossing has become a little too volatile for my liking. Before I ask him about their problem, I completely ignore their problem and everything she's talking about and just jump right in with my own thing. Could you tell me about anything about this seal? I found it in Vendrian's well. I don't even remember where I found this fucking seal. I don't recognize it, but one of the other merchants here might. Between us all, there has to be someone who's seen it in their travels. What seems to be the issue here? Other than my desire to leave this town before its leaders cause it to collapse in on itself? I'm not typically one to trade in gossip, Fatebinder, but the Bronze Brotherhood aren't really the best people to be running Lethian's Crossing. They keep such a tight grip on everything, and their leader has been acting a little crazy of late. I'm surprised anyone still wants them around. By my rings, I wish someone else, anyone, was making the rules here. But if you're dead set on dealing with them, their current enforcer in town is Ringdropper Saratha. Hey, I need to talk to her anyway. She leans in, lowering her voice. However, if you need to speak to someone, I suggest you find Eldian. He's the true leader of this town. Fair, knowledgeable, and very level-headed. She points to the east, beyond the river flowing through town. Both of them can be found over there. Saratha likes being outside, keeping an eye on everything that's happening. Eldian is probably in his house, near where Saratha's skulking. What else can you tell me about Lethian's Crossing? What is there to say? Lethian's Crossing was just coming into its own. The center of commerce for the tiers, frequented by merchants from all over. He sighs and looks around. With the recent unpleasant events, trade is all but dried up around here. We're lucky to get business at all. With the new toll being enforced on the road to town, it's a wonder anyone comes here anymore. That's why I'm on my way out of here. Thank you for your time. My pleasure, Fatebinder. Good luck in your endeavors, and may you always have a ring within reach. Goodbye, merchant, assistant, and other merchant. Oh. I think I'm good on rings. I have a lot of rings. Every one of these is 100 rings, right? And this is 100 of these. So I have 174 bronze rings. Which is like 17,400. So yeah, I've got, you know, over 17,000 rings. So I think my rings within reach is not a problem. I wonder, have we trained since we hit level 7? I don't think we have. I know we trained at level 6.
Right.
Let's see what's over here.
Can't do that.
Who are these people? Apparently they're settlers of Catan. What's up, settlers? I'm just gonna, while you guys are just chilling right here, I'm just gonna unlock this box, okay?
That wasn't so hard.
A scroll! I love scrolls so much. A sky cap, sable root, and an opal. I'll just sell that. This scroll contains a magical accent which adds a rooted affliction to a force or atrophy spell. That's pretty cool. Force or atrophy spell. Which force spells do I even have? Oh, I see. You could use Tidal Burst and then you could throw a root on it. And they'd be rooted and dazed. Holy crap, rooted for 11.3 seconds, though. That's lovely. In a cone. push him away and root him for a long-ass time. Or you could use it on... Well, that'd be dumb. You could use it on Concussive Bolt. And root them for... a while. It said Force or Atrophy, right? What are the Atrophy spells? Well, I don't think we even use any Atrophy. Rippling Coils, another cone. That already roots. Withering Cloud. That could be really useful, but we don't use any of the spells that I can modify with that as part of our normal layout here, so... Is my main character even using any Vigor spells? I don't think I am. Vigor was like my main thing in the beginning. I was like, I'm gonna be all about some Vigor. Get after that Vigor. I'm gonna be so much Vigor. Ooh, Guidance is nice. Armor penetration to weapon attacks. Alright, no more spell messing about for right now. I would check out the merchants around town. They always have something that'll catch your eye. People may not care for how the garrison treats us, but they keep the settlement safe. I haven't seen a Fatebinder in these parts for a while now. Come to bring your justice? The old walls are dangerous. I wouldn't recommend going inside. Okay, that's enough settler talking.
You didn't see nothing.
Welcome to Lethian's Crossing, Fatebinder, and they both just bowed to me. Wow, they're a lot more respectful than the ones I met on the road.
Sorry, I can't.
So they are really running this place. They've got their fucking banners up and everything. Don't go looking for trouble, Fatebinder. Welcome to Lethian's Crossing, traveler. You're free to enter, but watch yourself while you're here. Alright, see you when you get back, Nox. The merchants and citizens of the city are under our protection, and we don't put up with anyone undermining our authority. Is there anything I can help you with? Who's in charge here? The Brotherhood's leader in the crossing is second brother Saratha. She's in charge of keeping the settlement safe when Raytamon isn't around. Otherwise, speak to Eldian. He's the town elder and who you'll want to speak to about local problems. He points to the east. Both of them can be found on the ground tier of the Moonrise District. What's the Moonrise District? The Moonrise District is made up of all the buildings on the other side of the river. If you need anything on this side, you'll be looking in the Sunrise District. This, Portusker River divides the two districts. Oh, I see. That's how that works. Okay. What kind of merchants do you have here? You'll find pretty much anything you want, for the most part. Lethian's Crossing is a large trading hub, and a lot of the goods come through the area. Sorry, I screwed that up. Tell me more about Lethian's Crossing. The settlers have been here for a long time. That's pretty much all I know. If you want particulars, find Eldian. He's the town elder. Eldian the Elder? Really? He can answer your questions. I'll speak to you later. If you haven't already done it, check in with Ringdropper Saratha, the second brother. She'll want to talk to you. Speak with someone else if you got questions. No one will ever take Lethian's Crossing from the Bronze Brotherhood. Is that right? Krasner and Felno and Merchant Praxis are ahead. So there's going to be a lot of people to talk to in this town. A lot. This place looks pretty cool. Bruiser? I can't help you with anything. You sure? Looking for trouble, Fatebinder. Oh, what's this say? Due to the frequency of raids, all the bridges and ramps in Lethian's Crossing can be raised to provide safe places for settlers to hide. That's pretty cool. That's nice and defensible. Some more settlers here. Haven't seen a Fatebinder in these parts for a while now. Come to bring your justice? Forgebound won't sell anything to us settlers. Got some beast blood pollen. Beast. Beast. I said, yeah, beast. Blood. Pollen. We've got another raider. Another bruiser. Another settler. You can find a lot of trade goods here in Lethian's Crossing. Another barrel. Got some grain. Travelers often stop by the market before they head to town. Never know what you'll need. We've got a cat. We've got a cat. Another raisable ramp. That's pretty cool. They got this place set up in like tiers. People may not care for how the garrison treats us, but they keep the settlement safe. Ooh, look at the waterfall. During clear mornings, the western waterfall reflects the rising sun in a beautiful display of color. Man, I want it to be daytime. I need to be able to see some of this stuff. Can't help you with anything, Fatebinder. Of course you can't. I wonder where I can rest. Ooh, hidden stuff. This is the eastern waterfall. Though it cascades down alone, some settlers believe that the waterfalls split from a single source somewhere above the old walls. Oh, look at all this stuff. Crafting supplies for days. Bloodstone and whatever else. Did I just functionally cross the river? I did. Okay, hold on. Let's back it up.
Can't do that.
What is this place?
Can't do that.
And this place. Taking some stuff. So is this just somebody's house? Am I about to just roll up into somebody's house right now? Because I kind of think I am. Looks like somebody's house. Oh, it's Callion's house. Hello, Callion. I'm here to take your fruit.
Cut the banter and stay low.
And your bronze ingot and your alchemy pie and your chalcedony. Thanks, Callion. Alright, let's talk to him. How are we doing here? Oh, we have favor 1 with Lethian's Crossing already. That's great. Let's talk to him. Is this the stone of the actual old wall? Is his house literally just built up against the old wall? The young man hangs his head and regards your approach with a pitiful sigh. Greetings. He is barely able to force the word, his voice breaking as he speaks. What's wrong? He takes a deep breath, steadying himself. My sister Kalia and I watched the Bronze Brotherhood fending off multiple waves of Kairos' forces when they tried to take the crossing. I was terrified, but she was exhilarated. In a way, I've never seen her so alive. I see where this is going. He chokes back a sob. She got so fired up that she joined the Brotherhood the first chance she got. Shortly after joining, they sent her on a scouting mission with some other Brotherhood soldiers, but none of the party returned. They were all found dead at Deserter's March. Oh, I sense a side quest. Side quest coming on. In ancient days, homes built against city walls was common. But were they actually built against the wall, like where the back wall of the house was the city wall? Or did they build a back wall to the house, you know, up against the wall of the city or whatever? I'm sorry, is there anything I can do to help? He shakes his head. Thank you, but no. I just want to be left alone. What? No, I want a side quest. Tell me, hey, go to the place and look for my sister. What do you mean you just want to be left alone? Motherfucker, I'm an adventurer. Well, I'm really not an adventurer in this. I'm a Fatebinder. But still, send me forth to... Please leave me alone. Nothing you say will help. Fine. I didn't want your stupid quest anyway. Did, actually. That's pretty cool. I mean, I guess it's one last wall you gotta build, right? Loading screen. Don't do this to me, loading screen. Don't do it to me. Don't you lock up on me, game. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Every once in a while, when you're loading a screen in this game, the game will just freeze up and stop loading. And no matter how long you wait, it just stays there forever. But this isn't one of those times. Yay! In the Bible, Rahab's house was actually part of Jericho's Great Wall. That's how Joshua's spies escaped capture. Cool. That's pretty awesome, actually. Wasn't that kind of rough on her house then when the walls of Jericho came down, though? Sorry about your house, ma'am.
That wasn't so hard.
Sorry, Fatebinder. Bane had been spotted in growing numbers recently, so Eldian has asked us to seal the old walls. Oh, this is the entrance to the old Stirring Visions addendum added. Eldian, this isn't true. Eldian the village elder told you that he sealed the passageway in the Twin River old walls leading to Sunset Spire in order to stop the Bane infestation in Lethian's Crossing. You'll need to resolve Eldian's issue with the Bane in order to gain access to it. Of course, he didn't tell us this because we haven't even met Eldian yet, but this guy told us. Can I just go in there? Dare I? Oh, a gargantuan door towers above you, sealed shut and thoroughly impenetrable. In its center is a small hole that looks designed to receive an object. I need the Lethian's Crossing Old Walls keystone. Obviously, I'll get that from the Elder guy. This place is cool. It has a cool design to it. Alright, I don't want to cross the river yet, because I want to explore the whole area on one side of the river, and then the whole area on the other side. I'm tempted to camp, just to make it daytime. Look at this! It tells me that my thing has 6 new items since last visit. Really? I want to know about these new items. I want 6 new items. Merchant Praxis. Hello, Fatebinder! I have wares to sell if you have a mind for trade! But I want to talk to Krasner and Felno first. Merchant tents are a common sight in Lethian's Crossing. Sorry to cause a disturbance, Fatebinder. Just making a point to my friend here about harassing me for rings. He chuckles. Get it, Krasner? Point? You stabbed me, you bastard, and I'm not harassing you. All I want is what you owe me. It's a tiny scratch. Stop crying about it, you baby. If you want, we can get the Fatebinder to decide who's right in this little matter. That is, if you think you have a leg to stand on. Once you can stand up again, that is. He chuckles again. I'll adjudicate, but you have to abide by my decision. Once invoked, my ruling is final. I'm an enforcer of the Archon of Justice. Once invoked, my ruling is final. Are you sure this is what you want? Fine by me. Then I won't have to resort to violence to prove my point. I know you're gonna rule in my favor anyway, so yeah, I agree. Tell me your side of the story. I asked Krasner to do a job for me. Something simple. He comes back, says the job is done even though there's no results, and demands his pay. I tell him no, and Krasner there gets all threatening. What was the job you had Krasner do? Business has been down on account of all the other merchants around here. I hired Krasner to have a word with some of them, maybe get them to leave town or stop competing with me on price. Not only did not Krasner do what I asked, but it got back to me that he shook down some of the other merchants for rings. That's not what I hired him for. You hired Krasner to intimidate your competition. I can see how it might look, but that's not how it's done around here. But that is how it's done around here. Sometimes, anyway. He folds his arms. It doesn't matter, since that's not the issue, and it didn't work anyway. Krasner can keep the rings he extorted from the others, but he's not getting a single one from me. I hired him to do something, and he didn't do it. End of story. Were you trying to kill Krasner? Of course not. Like I said, he was starting to make threats, and wouldn't take no for an answer. I might not be a tough man, but I can take care of myself. Tell me your side of the story, Krasner. Felno hired me to talk up some of the other merchants into leaving town. I did what he asked, but now he won't pay up. What happened with the merchants? Merchants around here aren't gonna back down just because some soldier says a bunch of mean words to him. I figured I'd shake him down for rings, convince him it'd be cheaper to leave. Was this a one-time job or something ongoing? Just a one-time. Drinking money, you understand? The Brotherhood wouldn't approve of me freelancing for some merchant, but I figured it wouldn't hurt to do it just that once. Did the other merchants pay up? Made a few rings, yeah. Once I'd visited all of them, I came back to collect the pay I was promised. Felno said he wouldn't pay me, and then he just stabbed me. I am ready to pronounce my decision. Do you have any last words? I order them both executed. Well, I think it's pretty obvious to everyone that I'm the one in the right. I did not get what I hired him for, so he doesn't deserve any more money. Especially from me. I just got an achievement called I Am the Law. Shut up, Felno. Just because your competitors can't be intimidated doesn't mean you get out of paying me for the job. I deserve payment for the work I did. Felno, I find you... I have lots of options here. I can ban him from selling anything. Punished according to Brotherhood laws. I can punish them both. I can make them both pay me. I can make Felno pay Krasner. I can make Krasner not get paid by Felno. Man, there's a lot of cool options here. This is interesting. It's kind of tough to make this decision. How do I want to do this? I mean, do I want to be selfish and just get money for myself? Do I want to try to do justice? What is just in this case? Let me think about this. Let me think about this for a second. I do like getting rings. I'm thinking number 3 or 4. Or 6. Four seems kind of good. I get paid, they both kind of get punished, but then they can go on about their business without the severe punishment that they would have with number 3. I think I'm going to go with number 4. Krasner, I want all the rings you collected. Felno will give me an equal amount. Great, so we both ended up screwed. Hope you're happy about this, Felno. He and Felno grudgingly hand over the rings. 200 rings? That's all I was going to get? Who knew you could make such a profit off of justice? I might be in the wrong line of work. So, it's not extortion when a justice official does it. Lantry nods with an impish smile as he finishes his note. Not criticizing. We'll make better use of those rings than they ever will. So that's one way it could go down. Do I want to stick with that or do I want to do it differently? I think I'm going to stick with it. I feel like I punished them both, but without an extremely harsh punishment, and they hopefully learned a lesson that they shouldn't be trying to intimidate other merchants. And I made a profit as well. Everybody wins. Well, they didn't win, but in a sense they won, in that they were taught a valuable lesson. You can't put a price tag on that. I mean, I guess you can put a price tag on it. The price tag is 200 rings, but... Alright, Merchant Praxis, what's up? Good day, my fine friend. Could I interest you in all manner of provisions? There's no telling what may befall you on your travels.
Could you tell me anything about this seal? I found it in Vendrian's well.
I don't recognize it, but one of the other merchants here might. Between us all, there has to be someone who has seen it in their travels.
Show me what you have for sale.
I know we'll find something you need, he says, gesturing to the goods piled on his stand. Oh, he has some fancy shit. Purples. Tear-forged bronze spear, exquisite. That is beautiful. Vile tongue. This blade is coated with the venom of the scour vein serpent, known for injecting its lethal poison only in the midst of a particular deep bite, so as not to waste a drop. Poison's a motherfucker. Plus 19 accuracy. That is a beautiful weapon. Bronze spear, fine. Stalwart bronze sword. That would be a nice upgrade for her. It's fairly expensive, but it's within my realm of possibility to buy. I'm tempted to buy that dagger for verse. Because it's hella nice. But let's just hold on and shop around some more before we start buying shit all willy-nilly. See how much money we make from selling all this junk. Alright, 10.5. We're almost up to our second iron ring. So I'm considering coming back and buying Vile Tongue for verse. I don't want any of this other stuff. Alright, who else we have over here? In this little town of towns. Wow, a bunch... Oh! Marchand Bronze! Oh, he's a big deal. Or Harchand Bronze. He's the person that does all the quarter mastery type stuff for the... Or at least he used to. For the, I was just reading about him in the guidebook. Might be gathering purple stuff off the floor soon enough. Yeah, that could be true, One Sin. Step closer, traveler. I have something just for you. Hold on. We'll do that in a second. Here's a settler. Nights are quiet around here. I just found some shit. This is the junction point for two waterfalls that pour over the top of the old walls. What did I just find? Frozen Shackle? Frozen shackles are an impediment made for short-term prisoners. The cold air and volatile magic in their forging are intended as deterrents for notably cruel guards. It does a frozen burst when critically hit. Bunch of damage in a radius around you. That's interesting. You would think that would be good for the tank, but the thing is her defense is so high that she's not hardly ever going to be critically hit. At which point it should go on somebody else whose defenses are shitty, so they're more likely to get crit. Like, for example, Lantry or Ab. It even fits her whole thing with cold magic and everything. we'll put this on Lantry. So if somebody runs up in melee and attacks Ab and crits her, boom, you're getting frozen bursted. I really want it to be daytime. You know what? I think I'm just gonna rest. I don't care. I'll use up a camping supply so that I can have it be. Greetings, traveler. You look like you could use what I have to offer. Another sky cat. Some grain. So there's a lot of merchants here. Let's just come back down here for a second. So I want to see this town in the daylight. I always find camping supplies that I can't take anyway because... There we go. Now let's take a look. See, it's all lit up now, which is better. Looks nice.
Sorry, I can't.
Alright, so we've got Harchend Bronze. I thought his name was Marchand Bronze. Maybe Harchend and Marchand are not the same person. Or maybe it never was Marchand. And I'm just dumb. He's like an important character. I don't think I have a journal entry for him, though. I mean, a encyclopedia. I don't think he's that important of a character. Yeah, he's not that important. Alright, in our next episode, we will talk with Harchand Bronze and Merchant Tychus and whoever else is over here. And then we'll go to the other side of the river. But that's going to do it for this one. If you're watching the stream, I'm not stopping. I'm going to keep on playing for quite a while. But if you're watching on YouTube, that's the end of this episode. So thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Tyranny.